Kenyan retirees are among the poorest globally. That's so because there is a recent report by a group called, let me just confirm the name, is a group called Alliance something. They did a research in multiple countries who actually brought forth these insights, and Kenyan retirees are among the poorest, and this is attributed towards an ineffective pension scheme in the country, the NSSF. Of course, we have seen the President of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, talk about NSSF needing to be changed drastically. In essence, people out there need to contribute more towards their retirement scheme. Of course, for the longest, people have been contributing 200 shillings per month. Doing that on average, talking about it being about 2,000 and something per year. Over time, the argument is that it is not sustainable. And that's why, even in a recent report, which I read about 3 months ago, it put forth that about 80% of Kenyan retirees are again back in the job market, doing jobs in private entities or even consultancies. Reason being, they don't have money, and even so, their contribution in pension isn't really serving their purpose. Let's talk about all this in this video. You are all much welcome to the Money Daily YouTube channel. My name is Afagza Sifuna. By the way, if you're new here, kindly consider subscribing to this channel. Down below there is a button called subscribe. Click on that button, subscribe, and also while you add it, remember drop a like on this video. Thanks for doing that. Let's analyze this entire spectrum from the point of, first of all, contribution. Secondly, what you can do as an individual, and then thirdly, what the government can possibly do. It is a fact that the contribution to NSSF in the country is actually pretty low, because over the years it has been about 200 shillings. With the recent proposals, it's been proposed to increase that to about 1,080 shillings. But even beyond that, also I think it is pretty low. More so if we're thinking about us being able to support our aging population. Of course, at the moment someone may argue that the country is predominantly consisting of the youth, whereby the median age in the country is about 19-20 years. Fair enough. But also you need to understand, years to come, this is going to actually be our old age population. And our senior citizens in the country need to live dignified lives. Someone doesn't need to work very hard, and then upon retiring, they live life as poor people, and yet they serve the country greatly. That's why I think this contribution towards this NSSF scheme, the National Social Security Fund, need to be increased drastically. And by the way, I really liked what President William Ruto said during the Labor Day celebration, whereby he talked about us thinking or targeting to have a percentage contribution to NSSF as opposed to us having an amount of 200 shillings per month, which actually is very, very meager. And even beyond that, I think we need to have a voluntary contribution scheme towards NSSF, assuming an individual contributes more beyond what, for example, an employee or him are mandated to contribute per law. This is also going to be a good thing because we need to plan for our retirement. And by the way, guys, life is a fickle. You might think you are young forever, but trust you me, people out there age pretty quick. That's why the world is actually a very dynamic place. Some people may argue that, for example, they might not even live to their retirement age. Fair enough, but it is good to plan as opposed to you being out there suffering because you didn't plan. So we need to see the increase in this. I'm not really sure the exact percentage, but of course, the mathematicians in the country, the actuaries out there can advise the country with regards to what the best scenario is. But from where I see it, it is not ideal that someone retires out there, for example, and then they get 2,000 shillings per month as what they can live on. People need to live decent lives, and that actually calls for us even to put more money down on these retirement preparation schemes so that upon someone retiring, they can be able to lead dignified lives. And then the second aspect now, what you could possibly do. Yes, there is something you can do too beyond just contributing to this NSSF and relying on this money upon retiring. In essence, you can invest while you're still active. You can invest while you're still earning crazy amounts of money. Of course, guys, not all people out there or our retirees are suffering. We have a good number of them who are living poor lives, but also we have a small number of them out there who are leading very dignified lives, even they don't really need to rely on NSSF or senior citizens' money in the country. Reason being, they invested wisely. And when it comes to investing, the amount of money you're earning informs investment years, but it is the behavior you build over time. The more you build awesome money making, money investing, and money growth skills over time, it's gonna mean that actually you're gonna be pushing a good segment of your income towards lifetime investments, which are gonna give you good returns over time. So, whichever amount of money you're earning, also ensure each and every month you spare a given percentage for it to go towards investment. And it is through investing that you're gonna be able to actually walk towards financial freedom. No one out there is gonna pay you sufficient amount of money for you to become rich. Think about investing, because the investment you make are the ones which are gonna go towards the long-term vision of you being able to build wealth and, most importantly, lead very, very dignified life in the future. And of course, when I'm talking about investment, we have a myriad of investments out there. I'm gonna make a full dedicated video for you to understand investments, but you need to know that actually you need to invest for the long term. And I'm saying so because it is over time that actually gonna compound on two matrices for you to be able to make money. One, I've already talked about compounding, right? In other words, the money you put down is continuing to add and add on that, and over time you're gonna have a good principal amount you have technically put down for you to be able to gain returns. And then long-term investing is also what is gonna save you, because you're thinking about 20 years to come, 30 years to come. So invest with that time horizon, and hopefully you're gonna be able to make good amounts of money. And even at that particular point in time, most likely you're gonna survive on interest or just dividends. You won't need to touch your initial investment, which is gonna actually be growing exponentially. And then the last thing which I want to talk about, what can the government do? Personally, I think the government can do two great things. First thing is that the government needs to follow up with the employer associations out there and also with the NSSF to ensure that any monies Kenyans put down towards their retirement kitty are actually collected as it should be, and most importantly, they are actually managed in the most appropriate of ways. That is the very basic thing the government can do. Just ensure Kenyans' money are managed in the most optimal of ways. Don't play with Kenyans' money, because over time, Kenyans are working very hard and they need to get the value for their money. And secondly, the government can actually support our senior citizens beyond just monthly contributions. Think about even the government forming, for example, different regional teams out there which actually assist the old people out there partake in some form of activity as they are in the villages aging graciously. Think about, for example, many economic activities out there, right? These are going to really benefit our senior citizens. Think about us having dignified homes for those who don't have homes. These are also going to benefit our senior citizens. And I'm saying so because, guys, if you take a look and if you have been very keen, a good number of our senior citizens out there are actually leading poor lives and, most importantly, lonely lives. So the government needs to come up with schemes, whether it is games or even some mini economic activities or even housing schemes, which are going to really benefit our senior citizens over time. And hopefully retirement is going to be something a good number of people out there look forward to, because it is planned for and, most importantly, it is dignified. What do you all think? What do you think about increase in contributions? What do you think about what individuals out there could possibly do? And most importantly, what the government can do? Thanks a lot for watching this video. I look forward to share with you other awesome videos next time. Bye-bye, and you all take care.